And now that the supercapacitor powered spot welder is complete, it's time to test it out, starting with some standard 18650 batteries, which I have already polished the surface. Along with that, I use some standard nickel strips. I'll place the cell in a holder to keep it in place. After all this, the big question is, does it even work? And it does. It is to be expected to have the prongs stick to the nickel strips if you end up sharpening them a little too much like I have. Now while the welds look quite clean, the question is, how strong are they? With the help of some pliers, I'm able to remove the nickel strip. If we have a closer look, we can see that the actual nickel strip ripped instead of breaking the weld. That's some strong weld right there. And with all that in mind, I'm only using the lowest setting at 50 milliseconds. The final test I want to do is pushing this thing to its limits and see if it is capable of welding some nickel strips onto two thick pieces of steel. This weld looks a little weak, so I'll crank up the timing to around the center. This test will see if a charging current of 10 amps is enough to sustain the supercapacitors. As we can see, after making a few welds one after the other, the voltage is still above 14.5 volts and the supercapacitors are about at 110 degrees Fahrenheit, which is way under the 150 degree limit.